Welcome, everybody, to weeks 3 and 4 of football. I'm Ivan Alzuro in the control room, Sean Connolly, and for the highlights, the rest of the Central Region. Weeks 3 and 4 football, big-time football before the districts start rolling in. Week 3 saw Godwin versus Varina, the passing game of Matt Bristow and Ron Axel and the Godwin Eagles versus that line game, offense, defense. It doesn't matter. You got to deal with the line if you're going to deal with Varina, and the battle took off often and early up in the West End. Game of the week. What does the face of the #1 team in the region look like? Take a good look. Coach Chilcote has got his boys ready for payday. Matt Bristow, the thinking man's quarterback, knows that the Eagles' success will lie in a solid run and ground game. And of course, when the band shows up, we are ready for football. Last time these two guys faced each other was 11 years ago. The first time Varina won a region championship. Let's take you to the action with the Eagles' early start and looking good. Matt Bristow with a fair dish, moving quickly, and of course, with the yeoman's effort, number 33, Johnny Juice, 108 yards on 20 carries, looking great. Things were going well for the Eagles until this play. 2 yards deep, and T. Rogers picks this one off to the end zone, and he'd go all the way 102 yards if it wasn't for number 85, Brian Cameron, who saves the day for the Eagles. The Eagle defense has Varina go 4 and out, and the Eagles hit the ball back and give it right back to the Varina Blue Devils. Not that good, deep in the Eagles' nest. 3 plays later, Bruce McMullen off the left sweep will score a touchdown, but I want you to take a close look at this play. The ball looks like it's stripped out at the goal line. Let's take a closer look. Folks, you make the call. Touchdown or touchback. Godwin takes the lead 7-0. The Eagles continue to march easily all the way downfield, but ran into some problems that Coach Axel had to figure out. All right, second quarter action. Julius Johnson, 66, puts the pressure on with Jonathan Lewis. The defense doing its job. Johnny June brings the blue collar back to the West End. What a yeoman's effort on the night. Coach Chilcote concerned about the penalties. Coach Axel concerned about Varina. But case in point, field goal opportunity for Mills Godwin. But the silly penalty on Varina allows the Blue Devils to get a second shot at a touchdown. But the Varina D holds him and holds him good. Now, special time for Varina Blue Devils. Waiting for the punt is T. Rogers. He'll shake off one block, and this guy is gone. 83 yards, and he's only facing one guy left. And Varina will take care of that right there. 83-yard touchdown run, 14-0. Outstanding performance by Mr. Showtime. On the next series, Chris King will connect with Kevin Burke. Oh, yeah. Next play, Chris King. Going to look for T. Rogers. Now check out the concentration. Unbelievable. Almost had the touchdown. Bruce McMullen puts the exclamation point. 21-0 at the break. Coach Chilcote excited. They kept on grounding out the clock, and in the fourth quarter, they'd get another touchdown and make it 28-0. Time remaining. The Godwin gets an opportunity, and the luck of the bounce over here, deep in Varina territory. Coach is telling second string, guys, come on, hold the shutout. That Williams will collect the TD, 28-7. Final score in the West End.
Just mistakes, sometimes mental focus. We've never played Godwin except in the playoffs, so it's kind of hard to get up for a team that you don't know anything about. And like I said, 2 weeks and long school days, and just a lot of things involved. But and I think that the coaches included were still really affected by last Tuesday. That's something that I don't think people realize, the amount of stress that it puts on all of us until we get into a stressful situation and how we respond.
In another big game, you've got Hermitage versus Benedictine. Benedictine, last year's state champs in the VIS League, versus the Hermitage Panthers, who have really turned their game around, thanks in part to their coach, Patrick Kane. Now, on a side note, many have been wondering whatever happened to Donnie Osmond. Yes, the Osmond brothers were great. Yes, the Donnie and Marie show, everybody tuned in. But then he had that comeback in the 90s and gone. What happened to him? Our answer, he's become a high school football coach. Take a look for yourself. Donnie Osmond, Patrick Kane, same person? I think so. Let's go to the highlights. Last time these two teams met was in 1965. They owned them then. They owned them again. Let's take you down to the second quarter. Darrell Jones starts the route with that early 3-yard run. It is Tim Jean-Pierre from 26 yards out, all in the second quarter, and the route continues. The Cadets are stunned. The state champions don't know what to do. Check this out. Patrick Dosh, leading passer in the league, nowhere to go, and Micah Green for the sack. Next series, Anthony Dabney looking great. Stefantel Mine from 26 yards out, outstanding effort. Minutes left to go in the half, 27-0 on this 5-yard pass. Again, Stefantel Mine. The Cadets are stunned. Coming out to the fourth quarter, the Cadets could only muster 56 total yards as Vernon Hamilton gets nailed behind the line of scrimmage. Fourth quarter action, and Tim Jean-Pierre will blast 75 yards down the right sideline. Outstanding effort for the man who put up 132 yards and 14 carries. And Michael Santos will top it off 41-0 on this nice 10-yard run. 41-0. Outstanding effort by the Panthers.
Came out here, we executed well and kept our mental focus that we would come out with the big W.
Well, we know Benedictine is a very strong team. They have a couple of Division I prospects, both on offense and defense. We wanted to play a physical football game, which I thought we did. We've been working hard in the weight room during the off season and during the season. We live twice a week, and that's been a big plus.
After shocking Godwin in week 1, well, Monacan thought they'd do the same in week 3 versus Freeman. 0-0 in the second quarter. Sean Kelly will look sharp on this one. He'll find Doran Brown on the far left side of the field, and the attack begins. On the next play, he'll find Nathan Holston, and they go up 7-0. Still in the second quarter, 2 minutes to play till the break, and Sean Kelly with a simple dump pass to Craig Britty, and Craig does the rest of the work. The rest of the 58 yards in the secondary is nowhere to be found. 14-0, Monacan Chiefs. Now, a minute 11 to play. Freeman can't do anything with it, but special teams will give up yet another touchdown this season. The guy's got to work on it. 21-0 at the break. Third quarter action, Joey Ford will nail every bit of this 38-yarder. Makes it 24-0. Freeman gets it together, and Brad Richards with this nice bomb. And Freeman will finally get on the board and make it 24-7. But once again, special teams does it in, and final score 26-7.
You need to cheer. Cheer.
Cheer! Cheer now!
Go Rebels!
Cheer!
Go Rebels!
Cheer now.
Cheer!
Go
Cheer.
Rebels! Go Rebels!
Cheer! Let's go! Let's what? Go
You can come fight him. There you go. There you go.
What's going on, people? It's your main man, Larry Willis on the line. I got something I need to tell you. East-West matchup tonight. Numbers 4, Highland Springs Springers against J.R. Tucker, a little underrated. They come in with 9 starters lost on both sides of the ball last year. Highland Springs coming off a big win over Huguenot 2 weeks ago. You would think that this game would be a blowout. We talking 30 points at halftime, 0. It hasn't been that way, people. I got to tell you, it's been a very tough matchup for Highland Springs. They have put 22 points on the board, but Tucker is playing with a lot of heart tonight. Highland Springs is killing themselves on offense. They've had some illegal procedures. They've had some fumbles. They've had a lot of miscues, and Coach Burton is not happy at all. I got to tell you, I'm expecting a much better half from Highland Springs than what I saw in the first half. They did have a nice punt return by my man, Keith Meredith. They had a nice touchdown pass. One was called back. because of a legal man downfield. It's been a tough game. We're going to go.
Great job, Larry Willis. Clearly the Springers are on fire early on in the season, and the next victim looks like it's going to be... It hasn't been easy being a Tucker Tiger this year. Ryan Isaac, quarterback, first year. Starting running back this year, Philip Andrews have been finding it tough by keeping their chin up. That man, Nolan Burchett, has been leading a strong defensive squad. And on special teams, Keith Meredith blows open this game with a 58-yard punt return. And they're on the scoreboard first. Next series for the Tigers, Jamal Short will prove why he's so critical to the Springer defense. Makes a tackle behind the line of scrimmage and forces the fumble. And the coaching staff makes short work of it. 2 yards out, Tony Brown makes it 14-0. One of the things the coaches are definitely working on with their players are not making the simple mistakes that put the other team back in the game, like offsides, for example. Ryan Ives throwing in heavy traffic. The tip, Larry Williams, but they're going to say he trapped it, and oh, that sets him off. Next series, Michael Atkinson makes 8 yards, takes it to the 31, and then Tony Brown will find Larry Williams from 31 yards out, 22-0 at the half. Sportswire takes you into the locker room for a few choice words from Coach Burton's.
2 yards and 3 yards. Okay, we're slipping off. And I want the football, yeah, but that first guy's got to think tackle. The second guy, third guy, now we're thinking strip. Okay? Come on, we're not doing a good job of tackling out there.
We're going to come off the ball. We're going to knock them on it. You got that? No tricks. We're going to come out there and run them off the ball.
Clearly inspiring words by both Coach Burton's and, of course, the Tucker Tigers with a few tricks of their own. But on the night, 86 yards for that man, Keith Meredith, as he got the Springers even closer for touchdown number 2 for Tony Brown from 3 yards out. And he'll raise the score up 30-0.
6:47, Z. Louis.
Of course, that's the key call for backup quarterback Kevin Harris, who gets his first TD on the night. But Coach Curl has some plans. Coach Curl is thinking, I need something for Matt McDaniel. How about off the guard for 69 yards? The highlight of the year so far for the Tucker Tigers is right there, 38-7. On the Springers' next series, Jamal Short will show everybody what extra effort looks like. Jamal with his first touchdown of the year.
End of the game, 45-14, Highland Springs knocks off J.R. Tucker. The score, while it sounds impressive, wasn't all that much of a game for J.R. Tucker, but they played with a lot of heart. Highland Springs had some major miscues to be a 4th-ranked team. Come week 4, they're going to have number 1 Verana. They make those same mistakes against Verana, it's over, baby. It's going to be very, very ugly. Highland Springs has a week to think about it with Henrico coming up next. Hopefully, Coach Burton can get his boys together and so they can have a good showing against Verana.
Well, offensively, we were a little disappointed in the first half because we scored on big plays, and we'd like to try to, control the line of scrimmage a little bit more than we did. Tucker's pretty good up front, and I didn't give them as much credit as I should have. They're a pretty good team, and but defensively, I thought we played well. I'm disappointed that we gave up some points.
Well, it was a mental mistake to me. I'm going to come out next week and practice hard, and I'm going to fix these mistakes. And we got Henrico next week. That's all I'm focusing about.
My man, Louis Burrell, defensively, I was very impressed with the defense first half. How do you think you played defensively the first half?
The first half, we did pretty good, giving up no points the first half. But then we came out the second half, we gave up 14 points. That's unacceptable for our defense.
Were the mistakes that you saw tonight, were they freshman mistakes, or was it just a case of your team wasn't ready?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to make excuses. The 2-week layoff may have something to do with it, but I mean, we can't make excuses. And Tucker's a pretty good team, and we can't afford to make mistakes against them or anybody else. And sooner or later down the line, it might come back and bite us in the rear end.
Final score, 45-14 for the number 4 Springers. Tony Brown rushed for 2 and threw for another one, and Keith Meredith with a 58-yard punt return. Clearly, when it comes to cross country, the man to beat in the region is Matt Wolak from Mills Godwin. And, of course, he had his invitation all over at Deep Run that invited Patrick Henry and J.R. Tucker over for a preview of the Central Region Finals.
Welcome to the cross country highlights from Deep Run Park.
Tucker Cross Country, we're kicking it up a notch.
Ladies cross country from Deep Run. Well, if the J.R. Tucker Tigers really want to catch up to Mills Godwin, they have to kick it up more than just one notch. Mills Godwin defeated J.R. Tucker 15-49. They also defeated Patrick Henry 22-39. Patrick Henry and J.R. Tucker tied at 28. Good going, ladies.
And so as a senior, I've been working really hard, practicing and everything. And that's funny because I didn't think I was going to get first. I wasn't really trying to, I saw how close I was. And so I thought I could grab it. And so I just went and gave it all.
We are the Tigers! We are the Tigers! Mighty, mighty Tigers! Mighty, mighty Tigers! And everywhere we go! Everywhere we go! People want to know! People want to know!
Who are we, guys? Wait, who are you? Who are you guys?
Who are you guys?
We did it. You're watching Sportswire. Welcome to our cross-country experience.
In the boys department, Mills Godwin once again takes the lead run. Mills Godwin 17-43 over J.R. Tucker. Mills Godwin 15-46 over Patrick Henry. J.R. Tucker did defeat Patrick Henry 23-36. Let's look at the one and only Matt Wolak.
Is there anything of yours that we can keep as a memento of this business?
Good job, man. Good job.
Hopefully everything will come together by districts and regionals, and we're hoping to make it to states and have a good showing there. The team hasn't been as good as we all thought it would in the beginning of the season because of injuries, but we could still pull together and meet our expectations.
You know, no matter how much you slice or you dice, West End supremacy in girls tennis really comes down between Torres and Guy of Freeman and Harrington and Christofax of Mills Godwin. So clearly the battle of the Titans in girls tennis came down to a knockdown drag-out at Mills Godwin, but it wasn't pretty. Well, the girls were, but not the final score. The battle of supremacy in girls tennis in the Virginia High School League always comes down to who's going to win the battle of the West End game. This one here, Mills Godwin, Douglas Freeman at Mills Godwin, and clearly and often it proved to be that Freeman was the second best team out there that day. Yep, they got blanked 9-0 by Mills Godwin, but hey, take nothing away from Larry Parfitt's team as they've got the team to go to the state tournament. They do every year. This year will be no different. So, ladies, chin up on this one. There's the region finals to go. Now, our musical highlight. With the Invitational, and they took it to the Northwest contenders. C.D. Hilton beating them 17-15, 15-6, 15-6 as the Godwin Eagles continue to rule the roost in the Central region as they get together this, let's call it this preview to the state tournament. The second match pinned the 1999 champ Frank Cox from Virginia Beach up against Freeman, and Cox just had their way with the Rebels. The Rebels were not prepared for the stylings of Frank Cox as they lost this one 15-5, 15-6, 15-7. In the tournament final, Godwin versus Cox, Godwin would seemingly give this game away to Cox, but Cox couldn't put them away, and Godwin comes right back. Yeah, that's right. Skip Weston has him coming right back and winning the first set 15-13. They'll win the second set 15-11. Cox would win the third set 15-8, and hey, nice jacket. That would go perfect with my collection, Coach Weston. And Godwin would win the fourth and final set 15-12 as the ladies win the tournament. And it's a good thing because they sponsored it, but they sponsored it against some really nice state talent. Good job, Eagles.
We have to come out there with the intensity that no ball is ever going to hit the floor. We have to have relentless pursuit for the ball all the time, and that's what we did, and that's why we came out on top. But I mean, Cox gave it their all, and so.
What an incredible matchup we have in week 4. A team that's 2-0 and beat up on last year's state champion up against a team that has played a collectively 4-0 teams in Varina and Monacan. Godwin better than what their record says they are. Hermitage not only looking for respect and legitimacy in the region, but also looking to do a little payback against Godwin. It was an incredible game of incredible proportions that truly it's not just a one-man show as the Hermitage squad came back 16 points down with 3 minutes to play. It was a whole team effort. Godwin's team, Hermitage's team, and a referee. Everybody got involved.
Week 4 of the season, baby. Big West End matchup, baby. Big West End matchup. You got 0-2 Godwin, 2-0 Hermitage. Don't let the records fool you. Godwin lost to a very good Varina team and also a good Monacan team. Hermitage, having beat Benedictine and perennial Hanover Power, Lee Davis, comes in 2-0 on a roll, baby. On a roll. If they had butter, they'd be on the roll. Having lost 9 starters on offense, 9 starters on defense, they come in trying to break this 4-year streak that Godwin has on them. We're going to get ready to go.
Constant high school reporter Larry Willis. If the Godwin Eagles are going to right their ship, they're going to make a yeoman's effort doing so, and number 33 is their man. That man, Chester Fritz, has been the man from the get-go. When Hermitage opened up 50 years ago, there for some of the coin toss, one of his linemen right there, Ron Axel, Chester Fritz amongst the best in the region. Time for that Panthers to do what they've been doing for 2 weeks straight. They're going to have to do it against Godwin. But things didn't work out. Godwin's defense was all over the passing lanes and the running lanes, and Anthony Dabney nowhere to go, and special teams can't be doing that kind of stuff. 2-0 in the quiet storm. Voices his opinion a little bit there. In the meantime, the ship set sail for the Godwin Eagles, and the yeoman's effort of Johnny Juice making it happen. Hermitage trying to break down what Godwin was throwing down, and he couldn't have said it any better. Once again, Johnny Junes creating the damage when the offensive line making these beautiful holes for this guy. 183 yards on 23 carries. Of course, against Varina, these guys couldn't really score in the red zone, but things would be different. Johnny Junes head down, makes it 9-0, and of course, Patrick Kane had to come up with something clever. Second quarter action. Folks, this game may have looked exciting, but it really wasn't. It was a regular doldrum, and of course these kids just want to be on TV. But really, this game wasn't very exciting at all until the second half. And Fontel has his mind on football and football on his mind. Anthony Dabney going back 35 yards. Fontel with the presence of mind to cross the football over the plane before Joe Barry knocks it out. Yes, sir. 9-7. We got a ball game. Godwin answers the call with a 66-yard drive, capped off by Johnny June's second TD of the night, and things are looking good. Now, the defense is catching on to Matt Bristow. Ooh, Jamal Coleman almost with the interception. He had 6 facing him. All right, Trey Blankenship with a punt. Tim Jean-Pierre, the hero versus Benedictine. No, Tim! And Godwin will recover at the 3-yard line. Looks like an easy 6, right? They give it to Johnny Junes. He gets stuffed. The defensive secondary is ready for Matt Bristow. They swat it back. Great job by the defense and the defensive coach, Paulie there. But Tim Jean-Pierre still had that muff on in his mind. He was going nowhere, and Godwin got another safety. Junes kept grounding out the yardage and the clock. Bristow with the air attack to Chris Yancey, 5 for 61 yards for the man. And Junes will collect his 3rd TD on the night, making it 23-7. This one from 11 yards out with 3 minutes left. Hey, take it easy, man. Put in the second string, coach. Hey, someone give that man an ice cold coach. Yeah, life is good. They're winning. They're going to win their first district game until this happens. Anthony Dabney looks for Fontel Mine. 6 receptions, 133 yards, and that touchdown makes it 23-15 until the 2-point conversion is good by Joe Jean-Pierre. Then the onside kick. Do you believe, Panthers? Do you believe? Yes! The Godwin Eagles are stunned. 2 plays later, Fontel Mines again gets him even closer, down to the 39-yard line. The next play, Anthony Dabney will find Joe Jean-Pierre, and yes! We've got a tie ball game, except we got a 2-point conversion. The place is in Vandemonium. The people that are in the parking lot, they're coming back in. They're showing their stubs. People are going nuts. Now, the 2-point conversion to send the game into overtime. The loss, And yes, will you believe, tied at 23, and the place is nuts. The Godwin Eagles now put their first string back in. And Johnny Jones in overtime will score his fourth TD. The extra point is good. Now, time for the Panthers to score, and they do. Joe Jean-Pierre gets a touchdown, but a seemingly meaningless celebration of a hand jive. That one there. Calls for a foul, and Stottlemyre now has to go for a field goal. It does sail just wide, and Godwin, with the help of some friends, win this one 30-29, and a thriller. And they win their first district game and get that monkey off their back. Celebrate it, boys. You earned it.
The last 3 minutes, we let them back in. Well, they got back in it, and we didn't help ourselves. And by not playing pass defense, we made a lot of mental errors, and we substituted a little too freely, and they got right back in it. And it takes a little bit of the sweet taste out of it for me, but it's a win's a win, and we needed this.
I said they fought a hard battle. They played a lot of character, played with a lot of heart. Unfortunately, we came on the bad side of it. We'll test our manhood. Can you come back when it's tough? It's easy to be top dog when you're 2-0. Now we're 2-1. We'll find out what kind of real character we have.
Junes, I need to see your feet. Let's check those feet out. Is there a horseshoe on the bottom of your feet?
I don't believe so.
You were a workhorse tonight, my man. Over 150 yards, rushing the ball, 4 touchdowns. Did I count that right?
Yeah, you counted right.
How do you feel about this game?
I thought our team just put it together this week finally. You know, we had rough 2 first weeks, but we had a good practice this week. Our coaches had us well prepared. We knew Hermitage has a team this year, and they do. We can give them all the credit in the world, but we came out to play tonight.
As great a performance you had tonight, I have got to ask you about those last 3 minutes. What happened?
Well, I was sitting on the sideline joking with Coach Axel, and then before I know it, I ran it through my head. I said, no, they can't score right here, and then they can't get the onside kick, and then they can't score again and go for 2 and get it and tie it up. But it's just one of those things that just happens in Neverland, you know.
I got my man Andy Sled here. Great game tonight. Offensively, you guys were pushing the Panthers off the ball. What were you thinking?
I mean, it was there tonight. I mean, we've been practicing this whole week. I mean, pounding the ball. I mean, we knew it was there. Johnny's a great running back. He was last year. And, I mean, the past 2 weeks, I mean, he had over 100 yards. But, I mean, we wouldn't execute. We wouldn't get in the end zone. We finally stepped it up this week, and we put the ball in the end zone.
Here we go. Opening kickoff, and Keith Meredith will blow this one wide open. Mark it right there from 86 yards out. The fake reverse. He fakes me on that one. And check this guy out. This guy is gone. He'll get some great blocking downfield. And Keith Meredith will do this one in 12 seconds flat. 7-0. Next series reminds you of the old Fran Tarkenton days. Watch this. He'll scramble around, throw it for 3 yards. And the wide receiver will do the rest. Check out Nolan Burchett. This guy will not go down. The horse keeps going, takes another block. 27 yards later, we got a 14-0 game. Henrico Sean Hopkins must have felt like he was all penned up on this one as he got corralled by the defense. And in the second quarter, Brown will take it to the air. Man coming. And check out Larry Williams. He's got a wide open spaces on this one. And, okay, let's keep this ball going. Sean Hopkins, 57-yard run, the highlight of the first half for the Henrico Warriors. That guy's looking sharp. 20-6 at the break. Now, what would you do for free Papa John's pizza for a year? Would you nail that 50-yarder? This guy doesn't, man. You got to feel good. Brent Williams needs his Warriors to score and score quickly. So on cue, Ronnie Alston with a sweet spiral to Sean Hopkins. And Sean with a spin move does the rest. 63 yards in all. Austin 7-21 for 111 yards and 2 interceptions. It doesn't matter. We got a game. 20-13. Cody Brown's only completed 3 passes, but all 3 were for touchdowns. And then he had 1 more. Derek Bryant with a 30-yarder makes it 26-13. Ronnie Austin with no time to throw thanks to Jamal Short and company. And this man is upset. He needs more time. Meredith taps it off with a 6-yard run. The final score, 32-13. two teams meet. St. Chris, J.R. Tucker, and immediately the Saints put it on. Chris Runyon adds a touchdown, and the Saints, who piled 225 yards rushing and 21 first downs, just got it going early. Of course, a few bright spots for the defense of Tucker, but there weren't too many of them. Now watch. Matt McDaniel, and look at the hit he takes, holds on to the ball. And of course, the duo of Philip Andrews also takes a great hit. What a tandem these two have. They just put up a great effort for the Tucker Tigers, and sure enough, McDaniel takes a 5-yard run and ties the game up at 7. All in the first quarter. Looks like a real game, right? Wrong. Kel Grantham, who would rush for 3 touchdowns, 108 yards and 18 carries, would do it to him. Here's another one from 2 yards out. Final score, 29-7. All right, everybody, that's the show. Join us on our next episode where we'll have weeks 5 and 6 of football. We will have region finals of golf. We'll have rodeo action. That's right, high school rodeo action from the State Fair. We'll also have fine golf excitement from the Henrico Education Foundation Golf Classic that was played not too long ago, as well as volleyball and cross-country highlights and tennis. We're basically going to have the whole kit and caboodle on our next show. So long, everybody.
So the Pro Bowl.
That's right, the Sharpers. As you see some of the shoes, what is that written on that? What does that say? It says, I am lost on the shoe.